The book that I'm about to review was intended for children. However, this video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Love You Forever. Written by Robert Munsch, illustrated by Shelia McGraw. Copyright 1986. The book opens with an image of the mother holding her baby. She rocks him back and forth and she sings this little song. And I'm not going to sing it because it's creepy and weird. It starts with the line, "I'll love you forever," which, I don't know, doesn't that sound like the thing you say to the person you're keeping in your basement? It's sort of that use of the word forever, kind of, if you watch any of those shows where people buy houses and they say, oh, we're looking for our forever home. You know, forever. Until, a fire, or a hurricane, or a mudslide, or violent crime, or crappy neighbors. There is no such thing as a forever home. There is a home you intend on living in for a long time, and that's it. The baby grew, and he grew, and he grew until he was 2 years old. Yes, he's in those terrible twos where he's wrecking the joint. He pulled books off of shelves, pulled the food out of the refrigerator, took his mother's watch, flushed it down the toilet. The thing that disturbs me the most about this image of this child in the bathroom, and I think it has something to do with, I'd say, the psychology of the mother. This woman, as we will learn in this book, is psychologically disturbed. And there's a clear warning sign in this image. The toilet paper is hung underhanded. But at night, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up, rocked him back and forwards, and sang that creepy ass song to him. This is part of the author and illustrator's attempt at humor. Isn't it cute? The mom's crawling across the floor and then to wake the baby, and it's just like, yeah, no, this is weird. And it gets worse. The little boy grew, he grew, and he grew. Jesus, I feel like I'm saying the word he grew more than a kid watching their first porno. He grew until he was 9 years old, and he never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath, and when Grandma visited, he always said bad words, like heck and friggin', because he's a badass. No, this reminds me of like those parents. It's like, hate is a 4-letter word, and we don't say it in this house. You little sucker. But at night time, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. And if he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth. Look at that shot. Tell me that's not something out of a horror movie. It's overhead. It's got the light coming in from the hallway. Ugh. She's nuzzling him like, I'm pretty sure she's going to attempt to breastfeed him. Ugh. The cat's all splayed out. Like, this is just... The boy grew, and he grew, and he's a teenager now. And he had strange friends, and he wore strange clothes, and he listened to strange music. And he hung out with this kid. I just imagine him just on the phone just going like, no, No, shut up. Shut up. It's like, yeah, the boys have sleepovers. It's cute. And they even sleep in the same little sleeping bag. It's adorable. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't want to turn the page. I know what's going to happen. But at nighttime, okay. You don't sneak into a teenage boy's bedroom in the middle of the night. You're gonna see something and you're gonna regret it. She looks like she's wearing white gloves, which just makes this all the more creepier, her sneaking into the teenage boy's room. Okay, let's say I wrote a book about a dad who loves his daughter, and he does this exact same thing. He does this when she's a baby and a toddler, but then he starts sneaking into her bedroom when she's a teenager. Do you think I could get away with that book? Do you think that would sell for 30 years? The copy of the book that I'm holding in my hand was printed in 2016. The 70th printing. That's 30 years of this. 30 years of this crazy woman sneaking in. People can't get enough of it. They absolutely love this book. If he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and rocked him back and forth, while she rocked him. She sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." That teenager grew. He grew until he was a grown-up man, and he left home and got a house across town. Of course he did. He escaped. He got out, and good for him. You know, I myself was the victim of psychological abuse by my mother. You know, the whole time when I was younger, my mother cut my sandwiches in half down the middle, cutting them diagonally, so you have, little pointy triangle sandwich pieces, is far superior. And I was neglected years of pointy triangle sandwich goodness. And now I'm going to take it out on society. But sometimes on dark nights, oh Lord, the mother got into her car and drove across town. And there's her car with a ladder on top. This is premeditated love. If all the lights in her son's house were out, if, every person that loves him in a normal way has gone to sleep and can no longer protect him from this woman, then she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor. Oh, God. I could have gone my entire life without seeing this. Looked up over the side of his bed, and if that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth. This is not a children's book anymore. This is terrifying. Can't get much worse. Well, that mother, she got older. She got older and older, and one day she called up her son and said, "You better come see me, because I'm very old and sick." That's convenient. That's, it's like, well, I'm going to watch Sally Jesse at 3, and then I'm planning on dying at 4. It's 1986. Look at this. It's a guy, it's an older gentleman in his kitchen on the phone cooking dinner. This is Psycho 4. Doesn't this look like something from Psycho 4? Psycho 4 came out in 1990. Anthony Perkins is older. He has a kid. And he's worried that the kid's going to be as crazy as him and his mother. And the whole thing takes place in like his kitchen where he's on the phone to this radio psychiatrist. Wouldn't it be crazy if this book inspired Psycho 4? The son went to see his mother. He picked her up and he rocked her back and forth. Oh, kiss my... And he changes the last line to my mommy you'll be. Nothing weird about this. Nothing at all. When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. He's probably thinking, I'm free. I'm done. It's over. It's over. Oh God, mother. Blood. Mother. He's Norman Bates. Then he went into the bedroom of his very new baby daughter, picked her up in his arms, very slowly rocked her back and forwards, and he sang the... So, this book, of course, stops there. That's it. Because this book couldn't continue because we couldn't see this guy continue to do this when his daughter was a teenager. This book is a fantasy. It is a fetish. It's for people who look at that image, that first image, the mom and the baby, and they say to themselves, I want that. I either want to be the baby or I want to be that mom taking care of the baby. And here's the thing about fetishes. They're okay. They're fine. I got my own weird sort of stuff. If you look in my computer, in my sort of personal, you'd find, I don't know, heavily tattooed goth girls with pigtails who call me daddy. Japanese lady boys dressed in French maid outfits with collars and leashes wearing cat ears. I have a folder that is nothing but photos of Emma Watson's face, and that folder is titled Emma Watson Face Targets. For target practice. So this book is weird, and it's, as I said, it's a fetish. Either you want to be the mommy or you want to be the baby. And I don't think I could make things any weirder. But I'm going to try. I have an ice cream sandwich that I've been letting melt underneath my lights. And I'm going to eat this in the most erotic fashion possible right now while maintaining eye contact with the camera. This is somebody's fetish. Why? Why, Mommy? Why? Oh. All I want is a triangle sandwich pieces, Mommy. No. 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 Hey, look. It's my impersonation of my Emma Watson face target folder. This is James A. Roberson. If you like my work and you want to see more of it, please visit JARHUMOR.com. I create comics and artwork for t-shirts, and you can find links to various other stuff like books that I create, or links to videos that I do. Yeah. If you like this video, please do whatever you do with internet videos. Give it a thumbs up. And leave me some comments. What's your fetish? Because I don't want to know. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me what you're into. I don't want to know. I'm glad we could have this moment. I'm glad we could share this. I feel closer to you now. Don't you feel closer to me?